Hey everybody, thank you for joining us here at Generational Aquatics. My name is Garrett. Sorry for the last couple weeks, lack of videos. A lot has been going on and a lot has been changing here. As you can tell, the two bottom tanks are now completely changed. A lot of other side projects and such is going on. But yeah, so we're going to get into it here in a moment and talk about everything that's changed. And again, thank you for checking us out and joining into the video. But anyway, we'll get right into it here. As you can tell, those two tanks at the bottom are completely different from the first two videos. I'm going to throw up two different pictures here of what it was originally looking like compared to what it is now. Yeah, so as you can tell, for those of you who are wondering, that is a kissing gourami. This kissing gourami I actually got in a tank from an older gentleman who could no longer take care of it. Originally in this exact same style tank. I had him in a different tank, but I had to move him to this tank due to aggression. Temporary setup. As you can tell, he's a very, very beautiful fish, but not exactly the nicest. So this tank here is the 75 that I actually got from that gentleman. He had that tank and a different one. Some things, I tried to move some things around. This is what it looked like originally. Now, none of those fish that are currently in that tank and in this video clip were originally from him. The only thing that came from him was a kissing gourami and a couple yellow labs, which I gave to my dad. So I don't have those anymore, but that is that tank. Originally, the kissing gourami was kept in there. He was good with the tetras for the longest time, and then for some reason, something must have changed. And he just seemed to start chasing after everything. And like I said, he was in that same style tank. When I got him that same size tank, and I know realistically, yes, he should be in a bigger tank. So please don't try and rip me a new one in the comments. I know. But, you know, it is what it is for now. And he's still happy, eating, thriving. So that's all that really matters here. It's all that I'm really worried about. So basically, in the gist of this video, I'll be talking about different things I've done to the room, all my different tank setups, what I have, what I've been keeping lately, all kinds of different stuff like that. So we'll start off with this tank. With this tank, as you can see, there's two cherry bars in here. There's three smaller Oscars, two tigers, one being an albino. There's angelfish in here. One angelfish, I apologize. There's a couple gourami. I believe there's 4. And a bunch of black skirt tetras. I believe about 6. So first, if you have made it this far into the video so far, I would like to thank you. Second, I would definitely like to say that if you do have any questions or would like to see anything specific, any specific fish, any close-up pictures, any type of filtration, whatever I run, stuff like that, just, you can leave a comment, and I'll be sure to get back to you as quickly as I can. Whatever questions you got, even if you think they're dumb, don't hesitate. No question is a bad question when it comes to getting into the fish hobby, and keeping fish, because you want to try and do everything the right way, and having as much information is always the best way to go about doing things. So, like I said, do not hesitate to ask questions. But as you can see here, what I'm doing basically in this tank is I'm actually doing the process of sifting and picking up sand. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking 2 bags of blasting sand and I'm dumping it into a tub here of water. And what I'm doing is I'm skimming this top of the sand that is floating, because one, you don't want that stuff in your tank. One, it looks absolutely terrible. But the most important reason is it's really not good for your fish and not good for your filtration. It'll jam up your filtration, cause nightmares. It's not good for the fish if they mistake that as food. So as you can see, I'm putting more water in. You can see kind of the stuff that's floating up here. Here I come with my net, scooping in all this nasty garbage stuff. And it's safer to repeat this process more than once. Yes, I did this more than once, and the video won't show it, but the video is also sped up. And that is with basically all my tanks, that you will see any black gravel substrate or blasting sand. I do this to every single tank just for the safety of the fish. So at this point, you can tell here we're starting to catch fish. My lovely fiance here is helping me catch all the fish and take out all the decor, make it easy, safer for the fish. Basically, since we're doing such a drastic change here, and as you could tell later, well, as you will be able to tell later in the video, this tank is absolutely disgusting. I've had this tank, like I said, for about a month now. I've had multiple water changes performed normally once a week, but I haven't necessarily had the chance to do a big clean, if you will. And I personally, for one, am not the biggest fan of gravel substrate. I think it's harder to clean. It holds and traps debris and all kinds of other stuff. So it's just personally not for me. But anyway, like I said, is getting the final fish out here and starting to get the ball rolling on scooping all the gravel and all that nasty stuff out. And again, the reason we're taking all the fish out is because I knew this tank was nasty and it's just dirty. And it creates a big mess trying to put new sand or whatever the case may be. And it's always just better for the fish just to take them out here. Here, basically, you can see I'm just taking all the net I have and scooping up all the gravel. And well, like I said, you can see it's disgusting. So gotta try and clean that up real good, which eventually you will see me doing. So as you can see, some of the stuff started to settle here. The tank started to look clear, but I obviously didn't like it. So I continued to take the siphon some water out of there. Just whatever junk was floating around, some of the debris. Obviously, you can never get all the sand debris, but try your best to stuff at the top and stuff down at the bottom on the substrate. Overall, just trying to clean the tank up a little bit better. Normally I try and do about a 1/3 tank water change, but I decided with this I wanted to do more. But I just wanted to get a change, get everything looking better, cleaner, healthier for the fish and things like that. So basically, like I said, at this point, I'm kind of just scooping everything out with nets, waiting for stuff to settle, siphoning stuff out. And again, here I am siphoning more stuff out, just because I try and get everything as clean as I can, focus on the corners, wherever the stuff will settle at. And as you could tell, yeah, I did accidentally forget a fish in there. He must have been hiding, or I couldn't catch him, one of the two. But yes, that tetra as well the next day. Basically, here I'm just redecorating everything, changing the overall look of the tanks. The fish seem to like that for some reason. Switch up hides and different safe places for them or whatever else. Yeah, it's definitely seems to help with aggression levels too. And overall, it's kind of a personal thing. I like to change the looks of stuff. I get bored. And what I didn't explain, basically what I did with these fish was put them in a 29-gallon tub with a heater, obviously tank water, of course. And then as I started to put everything back, filled the tank up, I let it clear for about an hour. Just one, make it look better, and two, personally, I prefer to have my fish in clear water. I know it really doesn't make much of a difference, but this is what the tank looks like now, which is 24 hours later, right around 24 hours later. You see all the Oscars are nice and happy, the angelfish are happy, and everything looks really well. In my opinion, the tank definitely does look a lot better. Like I said, I do get bored of things, so I do like to change things up. And the more that everybody comes and watches these videos, you will learn that I'm always moving something or adjusting something. It's just how I am with things. So basically, again, this is a 75-gallon tank. And yes, do not worry. I do know these Oscars will need to be moved to a bigger tank. I do have plans to either do a plywood tank or another 125, which I will show here shortly later in the video. I haven't really made up my mind yet. I think I'm going to do a decent-sized plywood tank for the three of them. And eventually do some other things later down the line too, but obviously that's a secret for now and can't spill all the beans to everybody watching. I do overall enjoy watching this tank a lot. It's definitely a lot of personality with the Oscars. It's a fun tank to watch, there's no doubt about that. But with that being said, let's go to the next project, that being the 125. These fish here and this tank was also sourced by somebody else who is no longer able to take care of them anymore. So what you will see in this tank is a handful of convicts, handful of peacocks. Let's see, you got your big OB peacock in there, the big male, big pleco in there, a bunch, probably 15 babies or so. And again, I do know that all these fish should not be kept together realistically in a perfect world, but I do have babies. They are all healthy, they're all eating, they're happy. So once again, that is all that really matters. So this specific tank has honestly opened my eyes to a lot, and it's really shown me a lot of different opportunities. I enjoy this tank probably the most out of all of them. I love all of them, but this one to me has opened up a lot of doors. Specifically, yes, my favorite fish that I have personality-wise is Oscars. I love my Oscars. But later in the video, you will see my favorite, as of right now, fish. And again, yes, these fish are harder to keep happy and take care of due to aggression. That's why I try and do as much research as I can. And fish like this are big open swimmers. So as you can see here, I kind of have some lower rock collections, hides, if you will, for them to swim out. But for the most part, the peacocks like the open water. They're always swimming around up top. So as you can see from the beginning of the video, with a 55-gallon tank, there's another smaller tank. And basically what that smaller tank is full of these babies. And I believe that these babies are actually from my male OB peacock and 2 of my female, I almost want to say skittle. They're like black and orange, but I'm not positive. But anyway, so here are my 2 favorites. My 2 favorites here, honestly, would probably have to be the red male peacocks. They're absolutely beautiful. And my little marmalade back there. They are in a 10-gallon quarantine tank just for now. And then I am going to put them in a 55 grow-out tank. And the plan is to actually one day be able to breed these fish, especially the marmalades and the reds. They're absolutely stunning in my opinion. So once they're in here for probably 2-3 weeks, I'll put them in my big grow-out tank and let them grow. And then in the last clip, which I will be showing in a minute, is another 10-gallon tank with 2 sulfur heads, a blueberry peacock, and just some smaller convicts that I didn't necessarily want to get 8. I don't really like aggression and the possibilities babies getting 8. I know it is what it is, but I try and prevent that the best I can. And as you can see, there are some smaller ones in there. The coloration of these fish are just absolutely beautiful, so definitely would like to breed them. And that is a big hint for what will be coming in the future. A lot of fish room changes, tank changes, stocking changes, and all that stuff. So stick and stay tuned for the big changes here at Generational Aquatics. Thanks for watching. Thank you.